Goodbye, Jet. Goodbye, Raze. Goodbye, everyone. And say hello to the new King of Valorant, Yoru. There's finally a new S-tier duelist on the scene. As a matter of fact, if you're not picking this blue-haired demon on Breeze, you are throwing your elo. In this match, PRX abused DRX on this attack half. This beatdown was so embarrassing that Yoru was able to use his ult 5 times this half. Yeah, it was ugly. But what exactly changed? How did a bottom-of-the-barrel duelist manage to climb all the way up to the top of the food chain? Were there major agent changes? Did people finally wake up and finally realize how busted this agent really is? Or is it the map? Well, find out now, because in this video, we're breaking down what makes Yoru the next big thing. I'm pretty sure Breeze is Yoru's permanent home. And I'm willing to bet a lot of money that we're eventually going to see this guy all over this map like we see Jet on Ascent, or Raze on Bind, or Breach on Fracture. He slots in perfectly the way this map is supposed to be played. First off, Cypher is looking big and scary with Riot's new buffs they gave him. Especially on Breeze, his wires cover so much ground, can go off multiple times, stun quicker, and are hard to break quick enough if you get tangled up. Now, take a step back. Okay, not literally, but take a look at Yoru's kit. His decoy can run into Cypher's web, his gate crash carries him past these wires, his flashes are great for pushing out against these double smoke comps, and his dimensional drift is only 7 points. This guy is nuts. And if there is any team out there who's going to squeeze the most value out of him, it's PRX. And as soon as this game starts, a small part of their game plan immediately becomes clear. Farm this orb. This ult point is extremely attacker-sided, and if the defense wants to contest it, they have to invest a lot of utility to do so. And PRX know this as they're formed to rush down A for their pistol round. But DRX do have both stall walls on A. Taking the site won't be easy, but maybe PRX can bait out a mistake. Forsaken sprints out of the gate, literally, but with the rest of his team behind him. Without hesitation, he grabs the orb, pre-places his decoy, and runs away. Where's he going?
Now, PRX are just waiting by. Oh,
it was a bait. Yoru made it sound like he was leaving so that Jet will get suspicious and peek out. But even with her down, pushing past these 2 walls is going to suck.
Oh, can't hit the first shot, just too many targets. But now it's up to Mako to hold the line here on the toxic screen. He'll get one, but everyone has to back out as both members of DRX fall from the A site.
Buzz has managed to find the trade through the smoke, but PRX have the site, player advantage, and now the plant. But things are way worse for DRX than it seems. Before leaving his team, Forsaken deployed his gate crash to stop on Ivy and allow him to take down defenders rotating through mid. If he gets into trouble, he's out in an instant, surrounded by teammates who can help protect him. Now RB isn't committing to the double door rotate. Instead, he's trying to climb up this ledge to get a cheeky angle into sight. From here, he might be able to even out the advantage. But it's hard to get up here without making noise. I think Forsaken hears him.
To the recon dart from Zest. Gonna keep it on lockdown. Forsaken out there, out-dueling RB on the flanks.
Yeah, and even King crashes back to A main. Even gets the headshot from long range for something. Davai able to clean that up.
On the anti-eco, DRX decided to 5-stack A. I wonder why, though. Was it a 50-50 gamble, or was there a reason behind it? Weird. Regardless, they hit some nice shots and thriftied PRX. But the next round, they hit right back with some nice shots of their own and a pretty sick clutch that came down to every bullet.
There are members coming, but something is trying to get the kills here. The Cove now expired. Something gets another one, switches over to the Sheriff, and now Davai picks up the Vandal. He has to reload. Recognizes it now, the half had been done. Davai recognizes this, and he'll find the headshot.
Yeah, that was sick. Now this round, DRX are on a low buy, but we start to see more of PRX's master plan unfold. They have everyone except Yoru ready to gun it up B site, but that's okay. He's just making a quick pit stop before joining his friends, and they're gonna need him. With Cypher's web of traps, something needs to clear them out. Forsaken starts by instantly flashing A main and snagging the orb while his team silently walks up B. Once closer, Sova preps their hit by shocking some common wire spots. Yoru enters its dimensional drift, jumps out to A site, snaps his fingers, and bam, he's executing B. That's what makes Yoru so good on this map. After farming this orb consistently, he's able to have his first of 5 ults this round. He's also used his decoy to destroy this trap wire, allowing the Sova drone to scout sight instead of getting tangled up. And if you look even closer, Forsaken timed his blindside to hit as soon as the recon landed, catching Jett looking. Now, while Cypher managed to ret his way through sight behind the offense, he could only get one. And then Mako gets a collateral in an impossible 1v4, but it's only that, impossible.
Now they've set him up to be able to be the one that gets the kill, and he will get one more point.
Well, what the? How does Yoru have 4 ult points already? Didn't he just ult last round? Oh yeah, I mean, he did get 2 coming out of his ult. He got the plant and then died. Okay, well, he's pretty close to his second dimensional drift, and their game plan remains the same. Yoru is going to keep passing go and collecting 200 in A main, while these 3 split a quick through mid. But this won't be that easy. With Mako's Viper's Pit stuffing up all of shop, is the offense still going to exec here? Is Yoru still grabbing the ult orb? When is Teets finally getting a riot gun buddy? I guess we'll find out. Viper strikes first by spreading out her pit, but Forsaken and Mindfreak managed to restrain her behind the recon blindside combo, allowing Yoru to grab his 5th ult point. And these two are committed to the split working. Sova drones and Yoru decoys, trying to make Viper uncomfortable in her own skin and put the ult down. Sure, Viper's pit is strong, but if you can overwhelm her, she'll have to retreat. But this is Mako we're talking about. One of the best controllers in the world. He knows that he can't afford to get tagged by the drone, so he steps out for a second before hopping back in, ready to challenge anyone coming through since they'll be low HP. The offense can't get through shop, and the mid players don't feel comfortable pushing through Harbor's high tide without a traditional flash. PRX are forced to back out and come up with a new plan, but they have a couple options. 1, retreat and go back to B. But going through Cypher's vast amount of different trips can be tricky without a drone or a decoy. Or 2, they can re-hit A, but without pressure coming from main, this hit is going to be suffocated between this strong crossfire setup, unless they have something that can break this up. So PRX back out of shop, something holds his position in mid, and Mindfreak goes into halls?
Already 2 away from another ult. They're just feeding him.
Yeah, he's just farming orbs, and now here comes that Hunter's Fury just to help clear out some of the areas of Buzz with that operator online, but he needs to stay alive. He needs to hold on to this. What a flash coming out from the Yoru. Forsaken lines up, awaits to swing back out from Buzz.
Mr. Silva, what were you doing up there? Well, Jimmy, when hitting A site, especially getting split on, there aren't that many great spots to anchor down from. But stairs, this position is strong. From it, there's a variety of different angles to peek out at, but Silva's ult covers all the bases. This allowed Jett to dash past Harbor's wall, trades to go down, and give PRX A, despite only coming from double door. But after firing his laser, Silva's come down the rope, hoping to backstab Viper. In the meantime, the attackers need more space, so Forsaken peeks bridge and takes down RB, giving him the ultimate counter to Viper's pit, his dimensional drift.
Forsaken opens it up even further.
Here he goes! He's got his ult again!
Oh my gosh. And the spike has been planted as well. The GP out. Mako will be able to jump onto it, but they have no idea. They have no idea where the Yoru is. Mindfreak finding one. Still no information on Forsaken's whereabouts. Zest just fishing for information, finds Yoru. He knows where the Silva was, but couldn't find the kill. Clock ticking down, still waiting for the 1v1s. Wants to find that answer, but Forsaken swings out in time.
Now, Mako knew that as soon as Forsaken got his ult, his pit was useless. And Zest called out that he was going to use his Hunter's Fury to cut up the only space that PRX had. He tried to make a play, but in the end, Yoru had the last laugh. Alright everyone, I kinda lied to you. This video isn't entirely about Yoru. I haven't talked much about him, but PRX have opted to ditch Harbor in favor of everyone's favorite spooky ghost boy, Omen. Why, you might ask? Well, he's got about a billion different one-ways that it can be used in just about any situation, or you can use his smokes to fill common gaps, his paranoia fills out multiple lanes, he can teleport across important sightlines to freak out the defense, and now his ult? Well, you'll just have to see for yourself. DRX are on a half-buy and are gamble stacking A, while Cypher tries his best on B. And PRX plan on slamming A from 2 different choke points. Through A main, and, wait a second. Are my notes wrong? I guess they're just 5-manning through shop. Both teams open the round by battling for this space. DRX don't want Forsaken to keep eating for free. They trade recons, but Yoru flashes and decoys ahead while Jett updrafts into a strong off angle. The defense are forced to retreat, and Forsaken farms another orb. But wait a second, where did Omen go? During all the chaos, Omen stuck out the back door and has ulted into halls. Back on Old Breeze, the defense would have to commit someone to hold halls, as this was a legitimate avenue the offense could storm through. But now that it's been cut off, it serves a slightly different purpose. More on that in this short here, but halls and shop pinches don't exist anymore. Unless you're Omen. With his ultimate, he can get into this room whenever he wants, open this door, and make holding A that much harder. DRX have no idea that the offense have planted a spy behind enemy lines and can now hear all of their rotations. But before they leave, Jet takes the rope to peek with Omen to make sure the coast is clear. They realize his cover hasn't been blown, and the offense are out. Their new plan is to go back to B, create noise, and wait for the defense to rotate over to try and avoid a stack like they've seen previously. Now, while they're headed over, DRX are a bit suspicious. Omen did ult, and he smoked bridge, but they don't know where he's at. This confusion has broken up the stack, and now the offense starts to apply even more pressure. Mindfreak shoots a shock, Jet reveals herself, Cloud bursts, and they even commit their drone. Most of the defense is here, and Omen starts to realize that the coast is clear. On his way back, Mindfreak takes a detour, deciding to lurk through mid-late, and after smoking bridge to clear left, the rest of his team are ready to take advantage of his position.
They're very well aware, as we do see the Reckoning come out, and Buzz with a nice jump shot. Eventually, Sax and Mako go down. The site is clear, but Buzz is back, trying to find one more kill. Not hit by the paranoia. Wants to find that elbow, can't do it. Swinging back onto the site, none of the knives hit, and something swings out. RB not going to find the timing onto something, and PRX lead 5-1.
Now, the defense knew that Sova was going to be late because of this drone, and they snuffed out the lurk. But Omen's bridge crunch allowed PRX to wrap the site, and in the end, it was their crossfires that shut out the round. Last round, PRX tried to go for another A split while Forsaken grabbed another orb, while his decoy revealed Mako's position. He tried to make space for his team by teleporting mid-site, but because he showed his hand, Mako hit a sick reposition. Now, this looks pretty bad if you're PRX, but with Viper's Pit and Monyet's constant smokes, they were able to win the post plant. That brings us here, where we confirm some suspicions I had about PRX's game plan. This round, they're slamming B with Yoru's Dimensional Drift. And if you look at the timeline, whenever Forsaken has his ult, they hit this site. Whenever they don't, the offense has always ended A. But why? Well, take a look at DRX's comp. What's the one crucial piece of utility that they're missing? Flashes. Wow, Teets, they don't have flashes. What's the big deal? And that's why you're hard stuck bronze. PRX's game plan revolves around their flashless comp. The reason why they're going A so often is because naturally, it's a hard to hold site without strong positions to anchor down in. And once they take it, DRX are going to have a really hard time retaking through the attacker's double smokes. They don't have flashes that'll move PRX's crosshairs. So, naturally, A site becomes a big weakness for DRX. But PRX don't want it to look like they're just blasting A all the time, so they're going B whenever they have Yoru's ult. Unlike its counterpart, B site does have a lot of spots that you can bunker down in, and can be a nightmare to push through with snake bites, a fat poison orb, and Cypher's spiderweb of trap wires. But with an agent that can magically snap these wires, and ghost mode past these smokes, and mollies, and tell his teammates where all the enemies are, it's like taking candy from a baby.
Of course, we do have to give credit to Mindfreak, of course, on the last round as well. Great takes. Here's the Dimensional Drift, and they're not going to quite find RB as he's trying to hide away. Still just behind a cyber cage, but he just can't do much. He can't relay the information to his team. It's just chaos on the site, and PRX have taken over.
What do you do? What do you do against this? What do you do?
DRX take a timeout. They think someone on their team might be leaking their strats. All right, everyone, who's the rat? What do you mean, coach? How does PRX know what site to hit every time? They don't make mistakes. Wait a second, Mako? Why are there two of you? He's a decoy! Still don't believe that I figured out PRX's game plan? Look at where they're headed this round. It's A. And DRX haven't realized that they've been decoded. As a matter of fact, I don't think they recognize their own team comp's weakness. It looks like they're choosing to play retake A. Oh no. The offense starts with their standard utility sequence. Sova Dart, Yoru Flash, and Jet Cloudburst, but from Timbuktu. She just wants to show her utility here, but then go for a late flank. The defense will call it the Cloudburst and not expect her to backstab them later. So while PRX takes A for free, DRX have walled off mid, trying to trap the offense into Buzz, who's peeking past B with his op. But no one's here. Omen smokes front sight, Yoru TPs into the dark cover, and within 15 seconds, they have A. But Harbor, He wants to be a hero.
As many high tides and toxic screens as you want, there aren't enough. There aren't enough in the game.
Oh, and this is so fast once again.
Nice try, but Viper elects to retake and is waiting for her teammates to file in. But like I said, retaking with this comp just doesn't feel like the play, especially if your Harbor is doing that. Yoru tucks himself into cleavage, and after Omen fails to make his Hall's ult work a second time, he drops to Ivy and deploys a one-way on Yellow. How on earth are DRX breaking all of this up?
Oh no. Something. Oh, he doesn't sense it any further, but maybe no need. Forsaken with another double kill. And it's just Zest and Buzz. Buzz with an operator. You have to save this.
Okay, well, the one-way missed, but what this smoke did was allow Forsaken to isolate the left side and utilize his gate crash to get out safe. This 2K was set up by this smoke. Now the remaining defenders elect to save their loadouts, and PRX do what they do best.
Gotta get out, and you can't give any more orbs over to Forsaken. At least find Mind Freak. Okay, Monyet, yeah, trying to get tricky.
Yeah, really drawn towards Zest, it seems. There's some magnet going on over there. Buzz is trying to stay alive for his life, but something's on the hunt. There's still a little bit of time, and Devi takes down the operator.
PRX are flipping the script. All game, they've been showing their Slam A, Ult B game plan, alongside Yoru farming this orb in shop. But this time, Forsaken is selling a one-man army fake. He starts by flashing for his decoy. It runs into the trapwire, and so far, this looks like the beginning to every A hit we've seen so far. They even have their Viper wall laid out. And DRX are convinced. Harbor and Viper start to rotate, while Yoru sells even harder by jumping through the poison orb into a trapwire, and poof, he's out. Because of that noise, Buzz has pushed further up shop to take this theoretically empty space.
Gate crash over to the other side. Yeah.
And Buzz got baited. With that entry, the site is open, but the defense have rushed back. Trades go out on both sides, making it a 3 versus 3. But by taking on Mako, Forsaken has his fifth Yoru ult? Who's keeping track at this point? Forsaken plants, shows his face to the defense, and hops into his ult, but he's just baiting for his jet.
The big question is Zest, can he get here in time? Oh no, the double drop right in front of the jet as they try to avoid the Yoru. And even Zest gets spotted after that kill. The Yoru is everywhere, ripping this universe of DRX to shreds as Forsaken gets another kill.
Now, the cool thing about this fake is that, yeah, they don't have Harbor, so their smokes aren't going to be that great with Omen. But because DRX have walled mid round after round after round, this allowed something to walk up and pinch sight with his team in case this fake didn't work. Meaning that this stare smoke was good enough for what PRX wanted to do. But because of this insane fake Yoru pulled off on his own, then his ult that blew stove his cover, PRX had no chance to lose this round. It's been 10 rounds, and DRX finally have figured out what's happening. On this round, they're literally 4-stacking A on a full buy, while playing retake on B with their Harbor's Reckoning. Finally, they're going to punish PRX for their predictable pattern. And they're going B. PRX have these guys in the blender, and the scoreboard shows it. And not only that, but they're also always one step ahead. Because they took the site without facing any resistance, PRX recognize that the defense has to be playing retake. If they sit back, DRX should be able to convert this round despite not having flashes. So PRX pull up to McDonald's, and Forsaken is going through the drive-thru.
This is set up for PRX. Forsaken, can he react off? Oh, he gets 2, he gets 3!
Then Devi finds that timing with his mid-lurk, and him and something destroy the remaining defense. But with that 3-piece Forsaken picked up, and dying after, he's put himself into position to ult one more time. Starting in a 2-1-2 default, Forsaken starts by sending his decoy through B main, not flashing since both orbs have been free almost all of the time. He grabs it, and he's out of there. He grabs the final orb in shop, and just like that, in 12 rounds, he has his 5th dimensional drift. Now this is just humiliating.
Oh my gosh, here we go. Who's next? Well, it ain't DRX because they aren't getting another round this half, it seems. Forsaken finds the spot. Oh, whoa, what?
Oh my God.
No flash just pops out. The disrespect against Mako. And something shutting down stacks as well. Monyet now on this deep lurk. He hears the sprint. Buzz has no idea. And DRX fans, they can't do anything but just applaud in awe.
Need I say more? This guy is the future of Valorant. And if you want to see another Yoru masterclass, check out this video here.